What is up, you guys? Welcome back to another one. If you're new to the channel, I am Gold Pony. This is Gold Pony Crypto. And so let me first start by saying I got a new NFT. It's something that I personally like, something that I'm going to hold for a while. It is a Cosmonaut. I'm going to put it on the screen, but definitely check out their collection. They're one of the OG projects on Cronos. And personally, I just got this one because I dig the art and he's holding a Bitcoin, which I think is pretty cool. But anyways, today in this video, we're going to be covering MMF. We're going to be covering a new record by Crypto.com and another adjustment to the Crypto.com cashback rewards in the form of CRO. So they adjusted the rates for the better yet again. So ultimately, nothing in this video should be considered financial advice. I always gotta say it. Please do your own research. And having said that, what do you guys say? Let's go ahead and get started with the new record. Crypto.com now has achieved over 50 million users. So even in this bear market slash bearish market, whatever we're in right now, even in this downtrend, they still just hit 50 million users, which is an amazing thing that shows even in this kind of a market, they are still growing, which is absolutely amazing. So I am a big fan of that. Next on the agenda as far as the card rewards go. So you guys may recently have heard, if you watch my past videos at least, that they cut the Ruby Steel and Jade Green / Royal Indigo cards back. The Ruby Steel cashback rewards went down to 0.5% and Jade Green Royal Indigo went down to 1.5%. They changed that. They bumped it back up. So the Ruby Steel is now 1% as opposed to the 0.5%, and the Jade Green and Royal Indigo now is going to sit at 2% as opposed to the 1.5%. All of these numbers I just gave you don't take place until June 1st. So if you're able to restake, like I'm going to be able to with my Jade Green, if you're able to restake before June 1st, you can actually lock in your current rates, which for me, for example, is 3% currently. So I'm going to be able to lock that in literally 10 days before these new rates take effect. So I'm super happy about that. So make sure to check when your staking is up, because you definitely want to try to make sure you lock that in if you're able to. If not, even if I wasn't able to, I'd still be keeping the Jade Green, because 2%, you guys may have seen last year, I pulled in a little over 1,900 CRO with my Ruby Steel earning 2%. So I was perfectly happy with that. It's 2,000 CRO that I didn't have before, and that I was just using the card for, as opposed to using my bank card that doesn't get me any cash back. So anyways, next I want to talk real quick about the price of CRO, because you guys have probably seen everything has gone down. And yes, the price of CRO really went down when all of those announcements came out about all the adjustments to the Crypto.com card program, but really it's still hanging out there because everything else is now coming down as well. CRO is currently at approximately 28 cents. Bitcoin is down to upper 35,000, so that has certainly come down as well. Ethereum, I think, is right around 28 or 2,700, somewhere in that ballpark. So everything is coming down. And if you're the type of person that follows the Bitcoin halving cycle, this is all normal. This just means we're entering a bear market essentially. And of course, macroeconomic factors have a little part to play in that as well, because of everything that's going on with inflation and whatnot. But this is to be expected. And before I say this is not financial advice, but just keep in mind the bigger picture here. When in doubt, zoom out. Personally, myself, like a lot of you guys watching this, I'm sure in this because you believe in what you're investing in. You believe in Crypto.com, you believe in Bitcoin, you believe in decentralization, you believe in blockchain technology, and you don't want a centralized entity telling you what you can and cannot do on their particular time frames, at their particular banking hours. So that is why I am in this. So that is why I am in this for the long term. And so these price fluctuations are a blessing to me, as they should be for you, because this is the time when millionaires are going to be made. It's not when the market is going up. It's when the market is going down and everyone is fearful. That is the time when you want to buy in. And I've been buying in quite a bit lately, just because this is the time to do it, because things will go back up. And when they do, you're going to be happy that you bought in at these lower price points. So that's all I'm saying in regards to that. Next on my list here I wanted to cover is MMF, MMF Finance. So you guys may have recently already heard, a couple days late to the game here, but I just wanted to touch on it real quick because the way they handled this was absolutely brilliant. I guess one could say it was mad, but what ended up happening is MMF Finance got hacked on the front end. I guess there was a front end breach. Essentially, the hacker took the address for MMF and inserted their own address into there. So whenever anybody did a swap, whenever anybody added or removed liquidity, what ended up happening is all of that was being fed into this hacker's wallet. and then they ended up taking that, they converted it to ETH, and then they put it through Tornado Cash, and then they essentially just did whatever they wanted after that. But essentially, MMF already tracked it down, and they have all the information that they need. They actually did a very nice thing, and they offered a compromise saying essentially give back 90% of what you stole, which was a little over $2 million. So essentially they were giving them approximately a $200,000 bug bounty, because, you know, other platforms have these bug bounty programs. If somebody finds an exploit in the code, they give them a reward to the tune of a good bit of money, like in this case. So that was very nice of them. I don't think the hacker's going to take it, but it was a nice offer, and more than likely they're going to get caught by the FBI because blockchain technology is a public ledger and it is inevitable. So they've actually already started refunding everybody who was affected by it. And again, it was just around $2 million. They got on that very, very quickly. Apparently they have a security team working around the clock to monitor this kind of stuff. And moving forward, they also said they're going to add third-party security companies to evaluate their coding and make sure something like this doesn't happen going forward. So I kind of appreciate their response to this. I'm going to read it to you guys real quick here in a second. But ultimately, my mindset is what doesn't kill you only makes you stronger. So things like this, everything happens for a reason. And this happened because this is going to make Mad Meerkat 1,000 times better in the end for this happening, because they are going to learn and they are going to grow from this, again, to increase the madness and make them become one of the best, if not the best, DEX that is out there, not just on Cronos, but on all blockchains. All right, as far as the resolution goes from Finance, it says our team currently consists of cybersecurity expertise who are monitoring the sites around the clock. This is also why we have an immediate response to inform our beloved community members about the hijacked attempt and resolve this attack. Going forward, we'll be bringing in other security firms to look into DNS configurations from the service provider end to prevent attacks of similar nature. We're also going to be removing 2 service providers from a deployment stack. This will reduce attack vectors significantly. This DNS attack has already occurred, and our consequent actions will now nullify potential follow-up attempts from this attacker. In other words, apart from the price action that came from the selling of our tokens from the malicious wallet, there should not be any other consequential impact on our ecosystem coins. More importantly, all smart contracts are safe and funds of all users are safe. This means that all ecosystem tokens are not affected. You do not need to panic with regards to the tokens, and I can actually vouch for that, guys, because I used their swap feature just a couple hours after that happened, and it is perfectly fine. So I probably jumped in a little too soon, but they said it was safe and I wanted to test it out so I could post it on Twitter and let you guys know. So yeah, it was completely fine, so no issues there, but definitely love how quickly they reacted to that. And like I said, already 60% of the funds have been returned to the affected wallets, and they got another 40% coming, I think, in the next week or two. So definitely an extremely quick response to that and everything that happened. So I was definitely a big fan of that. Last thing I want to mention to you guys is there is a new first-person shooter game that is going to be coming to Cronos very soon. It is by a company called Top Block Digital. You guys may know them for creating the Cronos Verse. They are creating this amazing looking first-person shooter game. I'm putting it on the screen right now just so you guys can take a quick look. It is something that I believe in their AMA, they said that the person has been working on it for over 4 years now. So definitely got a lot of time and effort into it so far. And if it's anything like the Cronos Verse, I have a feeling it is going to be nothing short of pure brilliance. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. I'm a big blockchain game guy. I'm actually probably going to play some Gods Unchained here after I'm done filming this video. But anyways, that is about it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to follow me on social media at the bottom of the screen. Be sure to hit the subscribe and the bell notification button if you're into crypto.com, CRO, and Cronos. That is what we do here on this channel after all. Do appreciate you guys watching more than you know, and I will see you guys all in the next video. Stay gold.